Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandragon's Cave. Today we are gonna be doing double Inktober52. The words are raccoon from last week and spring from this one. So if you remember, last week I had to prepare some other things for Inktober, so we're just gonna mark the space that we have here to work. We're gonna work in this area today. So I had some things to do the other day, and I left prepared a video about Pell, the flight video, that I'm gonna put up here and you can have a look. It's a One Piece video, and I'm talking about a theory about this guy that is a falcon. I wanted to do that concept for flight, but yeah, things got moved around and I had to do something else. So for today, I think I want to draw directly with the pen, like we've been doing lately as well in some of the Inktovers. I'm going to be using 0.2 that I normally use for the liners of the One Piece characters. And yeah, so we have raccoon, we have spring. I just gave a quick thought about it, and I'm just going to kind of do some loose drawing. I want to have someone, so this character that is gonna be a raccoon, using springs to jump, something like this. Okay, so I want to do something like a little bit of lines that he's hopping up and down. Maybe we do somewhere else, we don't know, I don't know yet there, but basically I'm just gonna be sketching today. I fancy doing more sketching. So these are the sketch for my springs here. Okay, he is wearing probably special shoes, and so this is kind of to visualize more or less how we want to do the space. And yeah, as you know, when we're doing Inktovers, this is test and error. It doesn't need to be perfect. We want to do something funny, something cartoony, and yeah, so this is gonna be my raccoon. Okay. It jumped very straight. It was coming from here, jumping, and it came here to one stop, like tong, like that. It got stuck, so we're gonna make him like startled, like he was jumping very happy, pop, 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 hop, 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 and then here it came to probably a rock or something. Let's make a big rock or something here. And he tong, jumped static up, because this resort of the springs. Okay, so something like this. I'm gonna make him probably looking down like this, like oh, he know. He touched something that he couldn't have touched on the way, so a little bit of surprise face, like oops, here. Let's situate here a little bit the ears as well. And as you know, with Inktober, as I was saying, I always do more sketchy, more simple, more kind of playful. This is some kind of cartoony style that I will use if I do some kind of you know, children book illustration, so you can take a little bit as a reference the way I sketch as well with this. So we need to figure out, you're gonna make some basic shapes here around the eyes to paint the face. Simple, today simple, something simple, something funny, like this. Probably we make him, I don't want to do like Rocket from from the Marvel movies, because I already have in one of my let's move this a little bit like this. Yeah. In one of my Inktober challenges, I already done a rocket, because that was the word, and I used a rocket using a rocket. That was very funny. You can find that in my Instagram, that I will put in the show more section. But for this one, I fancy to do something more, you know, a little bit different. So I don't want to do an inventor, but we can make him maybe how he's playful and childish and everything. It can be like he's wearing one of these onesies like this, like typical shorts, like Winnie the Pooh shorts, something like this, something sweet. Like Mickey Mouse as well, like Donald the Duck, that they have this kind of... The arms, I need to recalculate the arms a little bit. Gonna be like this, surprised. Okay. Okay. So it's a raccoon, it needs to be hairy. Do hairy like this. And these are gonna be some... This is fur as well. This is hair. And then we have these boots, straight boots, with these attachments that he has done. Can even have a little bit loose, like it broke a little bit, it's a little bit funny like this. Like this. Okay. Let's do some details for the tail as well, so it's kind of recognizable raccoon. So if you see, I'm not kind of planning much for these kind of videos. I want to have something spontaneous and something that is gonna give me like clues on what I'm gonna do. Maybe we can even do that is not a rock, this is not a rock, this is maybe a snail, maybe, or a tortoise, a small turtle that is walking. It's a turtle, yeah. It kicked there, 1, 2, 3, and then whoop. We do this kind of lines that he went, whoa, surprised, up and down, yeah. That is something nice. You can make him like this is like a garden, something like this, like a park or something, like they are in the forest. Yeah, I like something like this, is looking very nice. Can even do maybe someone else. We're using now a little bit of pencil, a little bit of color, so we can make another one. A little bit of a sketch for someone else that is jumping here at the back. Maybe it's, yeah, another raccoon. It's a family or some group of friends or something, and yeah, kind of another one there as well. Yeah, and you don't need to get restricted on what are you gonna be using. It can be a little bit of, if you want to do something very perfect, the obvious choice when you do in traditional is that you will sketch first with pencil, with color pencils, and then something else if you want to do some drawing for yourself and do a little bit more loose. So as I will always saying, you have this kind of videos. Some of videos are more looking at the reality or drawing from imagination, but in this case you can practice a little bit as well. Just kind of try to mix some concepts and some characters and do. This one is jumping very, very nice like this. Yeah, so as you see here, I'm doing some other characters in the background, because you know, when we see this kind of animal, the raccoons in the movies and everywhere, you always have like this, they are kind of thieves. They're gonna steal your your things from your bins and everything. They wanna take your food, and like a little bit like a plague. And I find it really funny because they have this kind of funny faces and everything, and just trying to do this playfulness with the character, with the concept. And yeah, as you see as well, I'm playing with the sizes. This one is my main size, that it is in the camera, in front of me in the camera. Okay, let's add a little bit of tone here. Okay, and then I'm making this a little bit smaller and with a little bit of shade, like it's in a second level behind me. When we do a little bit of grass here every now and then, you will see that it's a little bit more understandable. And then I have another smaller one there, not so much defined than this, so just a little bit like an intention of what it is, kind of to give some perspective and to give some depth in the image as well. I can even do some trees like this at the back. This could totally be a design for a children's book illustration, or for something that you want to improve later. You have some quick sketch, like maybe 20 minutes, half an hour sketch, doing some random drawing, some random lines. And then you can, if you are a digital artist as well, it is always nice to start with some base, and then you can take a picture, or scan it, pass into the computer and do some other designs. I like to work in that way as well. Some people directly draw in the computer, that's good as well. So you need to find your way when you do your sketches, what is the best, what best works for you. I really enjoy this process of having paper and pencils, and then probably scanning or taking a picture with good quality camera or something, and then having it in the computer as a file to work with it. It's very nice. Okay, something like this is a very nice kind of starting point for illustration. Just to put the focus a little bit on the camera. I think we were a little bit out of focus there. And as you see, I'm not following today the typical pattern of doing line work and then doing the color. I'm just or the shading. I'm just basically doing everything at the same time. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more of line work. We'll keep using the same dough, the same liner dough. So for here, for example, can be don't need to do it very marked. It can be just like it's a shadow there at the back, so you can see that, oh, okay, someone is there. I kind of don't see it clearly how it is, but yeah, you see the tail. We forgot to draw the tail for this one as well. Can have little tails here. This one we can mark it a little bit more. Just make some drawings. To show the intention of what you're drawing. It doesn't need to be perfect, so this is gonna be one, as you see. So we have the hands, they are jumping there. This one it's only wearing like maybe a longer trouser. There are the springs there as well. Try to make them a little bit different as well, so you see they have a little bit of personality. When you do multiple characters that they are similar, like for example, this one is more main character. I'm giving him more importance, doing these details here, doing the eyes like this. you know, so kind of giving him a little bit of expression. This one at the background is important because it's giving me info that, okay, this is like a playground for them. They are jumping around, having fun, but not that much importance. So I don't do all the details, but even doing like that, was this one, we do different type of trouser. Let's say something like this, longer trouser. Okay, no top for him. Maybe this guy is older and the eyebrows are thicker. You don't see the eyes basically. There's a little bit of, you know, hairs pointing here on the ears as well. Little bit of decoration there. It's more hairy than the previous fellow here. This may be Coon the Raccoon. And there's another guy here as well jumping. This one may have some spikes here on the head, like this, because he is a little bit... He woke up and he didn't make his hair in the morning, something like this. Here on the tail as well, like this, having some fun. Okay. So my advice, this is just an easy video today. My advice when you are drawing something like this that is for fun, take it easy. Take it easy. Don't think too much about what you're doing. Sometimes when you are doing for yourself, when you don't know what to do, you just want to practice, you just want to loosen a little bit the fear of the pen, the fear of the white paper. Just take a pen, take a pencil, start scratching and doing some lines up and down, and doing some things up and down, and don't think about it. Just maybe give yourself a word, like this is a good idea, Inktober, Inktober58, Inktober52 that we are doing in these videos, or basically the Inktober, or basically at home ask a friend or one member of your family or someone, just ask them, oh, give me a word, I'm gonna do a drawing, I want to practice some drawing, just give me a word for today. And it is always like an incentive, it's always like a good starting point, because a lot of people, me included, sometimes we don't know what to draw, and you have this kind of panic to the white paper, and you see like a lot of canvas here, and it's like, oh my god, what I'm gonna do, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and you end up doing nothing. And the best way, I always say that the best way to do something is just take a pen, take a pencil, and don't think about it, just start scratching this and that, sketching here, doodling there. Most of the time it is very silly things that you are gonna do, silly things that you are not gonna like, or you are not gonna use for anything, and it's gonna end up in your folder, or it may even end up in the bin. But it is a process, because you see in all these videos on YouTube that people does one drawing and does the drawing and it looks very nice, it looks very cool. That doesn't mean that they haven't done 50,000 drawings before, or they didn't study for a very long time to reach to that point. So don't get frustrated, and just try to be honest with the practice, and yeah, just basically draw. Let's do a little bit of this Lira Aqua Brush Duo that I'm loving lately. I'm using it for most of the Inktovers. The ones at the beginning I think I didn't use, but for most I'm using it, and it's very nice. It's very nice. It looks very nice in paper. It mixes very nice with the pen. It's not breaking my lines or watering my lines, so it is very nice. Adding some tones here. Yeah. Just to create like a quick background of these raccoons, this group of raccoon friends. Yeah, Coon and his friends just jumping, resorting around with this spring. So the word is raccoon from last week, and the spring, we have here the springs for this week. Yeah, something like this is nice. can even add maybe I'm drawing in flat. Okay, I normally draw in flat. I have my sketchbook here, and I like to draw in flat, but sometimes as well in YouTube, if you follow someone online, you see people who draws more like in inclination, maybe 45 degrees or almost straight, like you are painting a picture of someone, a portrait of someone. That's very nice as well. That's what people use as well for animation and for designing digital. Mostly you will have your Cintiq or your tablet not in flat like this. You will have it a little bit with inclination, so you can kind of have a support and start drawing. As I said, find your way. Find your way of drawing and practice the thing that the best works for you. But keep drawing, okay? If you are starting to get into the drawing world, my advice is draw all the time. All the time. Have with you maybe like a small sketchbook or something, or if you have some ideas, find your times as well to draw. Maybe you are better drawing, you like to draw more in the mornings, maybe you like to draw more at night. So find your time as well. Okay. I see this, for example, animated. Sometimes when I do my drawings, this happens to me, that I see my kids. I call all of these characters that I do, I call them my kids. So I see my kids moving around. So now, just with this is a 2D cartoon, traditional illustration with color pencils, with pen, with pens, and I do this motion from that you will see in comics, okay? And but in my mind this is happening. In my mind I'm seeing them jumping, and they are making faces or talking, laughing. And then I don't want to give too much importance. We need to give importance to the turtle that is here at the bottom. But you see, if I will be doing a digital sketch, maybe what I could do now is to maybe do this a little bit more clear, this part here. This will be kind of the next step if I want to take this illustration further. A little bit clear, so you see the difference. Maybe I could, if I would be working in digital with layers, let's say in Photoshop for example, I will have my main character in one layer, and this guy as well in one layer, and the other ones at the back, and the trees in different layers. So what I could put down the opacity as well, so these guys will look a little bit more faded, so this character in the middle will pop a little bit. And the way of kind of doing this in traditional is basically what we've done. Drawing more defined our main character, in this case Coon here, and this guy as well at the back as well a little bit more, and then this one less defined. Even if we do different tones, like this is like a shadow jumping like in Peter Pan movie. These are the jumps here. But something like this, it will give the depth for the scene. Feel free to tell me in the comments if you want to see something specific, or if you want me to talk about something, or I don't know, if you are encountering any problem while you're doing your drawings, or if you are watching one of these videos and trying to follow some things that I'm saying here and trying to draw, and you are stuck at some point, you just drop a message here in the chat, and I will reply as soon as I see it, giving some advice or something. And always in my lessons I give kind of freedom for people. I've been teaching a lot in different at different levels, and I always give freedom for the person to explore and to draw and to play with the drawings and with the designs, to discover a little bit what do you want to do and what is the drawing bringing to the table, basically. Like here I wanted to do this jump, as I said at the beginning. We're gonna do a raccoon jumping with springs, and then I started with the motion. I want this motion, that he's kind of coming into a scene. But then, clock, he stops there, something is happening. So I'm creating a storytelling there. This could be a children's book concept. So Coon is walking with his friends, and they are coming up, and there are how many friends? So there are 3 friends at the end, and the turtle is with them. Oh, the turtle is not with them, but they are friends. Things like this. So this is how you come with the stories. Sometimes you want to do something, but you don't know what to do, and you want to come with a story. Something like this works fantastic. That you start sketching, and a story comes to you. Story comes to you, a name comes to you, a scene. We are here in the park, in the forest. And how we know in what places we can find raccoons. You say, oh my god, there's so much videos online of raccoons digging in bins to take some food and take these things, and then so probably these rascals found some springs in a bin nearby, and they said, we're gonna have a nice Sunday, we're gonna have a nice Saturday, and we're gonna be jumping around. Okay, I'm using black and white, I'm using grayscale for this kind of a scene, because in Inktober I'm using these pencils lately, but as well you could work a little bit more, and we can add some details like blues or blacks or more grays to define that we are at night, we are at night time, and all of these, the raccoons as well, are nocturnal animals and come at night. So they found this in a nearby bin, they started to play around, they put together this because they are very clever. Like in the Marvel movie, we have super clever character, raccoon as well, called Rocket. It's an inventor. And then they put together these kind of springs in the shoes, and they are jumping around having fun. Something like this, it works very nice. And then we have the turtle there, Max, that was going at max speed, but these guys, Coon, didn't see him walking around, and yeah, he just springed up. This is basically how I do my stories and how I will do if I have to do more stories, like storytelling, drawing some sketches, the characters are coming to life, the story is coming to life, the concept is coming to life, and now I have a concept. I want to do a comic, a small story for a children's book, or for online, or for my Instagram, or for something. I could do different scenes. I could do these 3 guys exploring the bins in one scene. Oh, they arrive into a house and they are checking everything, stealing everything from the bin, and they have some of these springs. And then they are thinking, oh my god, what are we gonna do with this? We didn't find food, but we found this. What are we gonna do today? It can be something like this. Oh, what's gonna happen now? And then you have this this moment that one of them, for example, Coon, in this moment, decides to put it on the feet, and boing, 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 starts jumping. Let's do the eyebrows like so, the expression is a little bit more like this, outside of the face, like this, yeah? And then, as I was saying, for example, Coon is saying, oh my god, we're gonna put it like this, and boing, 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 and the other guys look at him like, oh my god, this is gonna be so much fun tonight. They try to copy him, and yeah, they go jumping around, and then Coon happens to follow something like this, or to spring super high, because he just kicked the back of Max, this turtle. The turtle is walking as well at night there. You see, let's make him walking as well like this, the legs. Interrogation mark, like what happened here. And then you have a story there. You see, you have a story there, and then they are kind of the turtle is like, what is going on, what are you doing there? And then they explain him what they are doing, and they gave him as well mini springs, because they found mini springs as well for him, and he can be jumping around, and at the end all of them go jumping, and you have this friendship and this playfulness at night with this group of rascals. And that is basically how I create my stories and how I do my drawings and my sketches. I think for today, as I said, a quick video. I'm just gonna sign here on the side. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23. You can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. As I said, today we are doing double Inktober. Raccoon is the word, the previous word, and spring is the one for today. So we have raccoons springing around and hopping around with, now that it's Easter time, with the hop of the rabbit as well. We have this funny concept. And yeah, basically this is how I come up with the stories. I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed the kind of process, the loose process of the sketch and everything. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and feel free to like, share, subscribe, and all of these things that we do on YouTube, okay? Thank you, bye.